You never know when the T-team might pop out, baby. We be outside. We be outside, y'all. Yes. I got to get on top of this one, y'all, because, girl, it came to me. Yes. It came to me. It's a mess out here in these streets, baby. Folks be doing the most. And we're gonna talk about it today. I'm gonna wait and see who up. Let me see if anybody pop in the room. Cause I know we on them twilight, low-key twilight hours up in here today. Let me spray a little white diamonds, y'all. Get the room ready, girl. See if y'all out the bed. Baby. Child. Somebody, y'all, we got a masculine up and through here. This masculine is watching y'all. Somebody, y'all may be in a disagreement. He done fell back. Y'all not dealing with each other right now, etc., etc. Whatever the case is, baby. This man right now, he's watching. He's watching. Somebody you ain't heard from him in a minute. You don't know what's going on with him. You don't know where he's at. Baby, he's watching you. Trust and believe it. He's watching you. That's his primary focus right now. He's keeping an eye on you. How come I feel like somebody needs to know? Baby, you're being watched right now. You're being surveilled. Baby, he's looking and watching and watching and looking. Whoever this masculine is, y'all, he's watching and looking, y'all. Shout out to y'all. Good morning to y'all, to the people that are in the building, girl. He's why y'all know we pops out over here, girl. We pops out. You just never know. You never know. Hey, girl. Hey, girl. You just never know when we gonna pop out. You know? Listen, somebody. It's a masculine energy up in the building. Do you understand me? Whoever this masculine is, y'all, this is somebody that he's watching. He's just sitting back watching. Somebody you may not have spoken to him in a while. Y'all haven't really linked up, but he is watching. You think he gone, girl. You might not think he gone. But let me tell you something. He's watching. Somebody is still in your stories. Somebody is still watching you from a distance. Somebody still has something on their mind in regards to you. And they just ain't saying nothing because low key they feel like you out of their element. Like whatever was going on within y'all relationship. Good morning, good morning. Whatever was going on within y'all relationship, this person got to a place in the story where they're starting to just feel like, you know, you're out of their pay grade, girl. You're out of their reach. They don't feel like they necessarily can reach out to you. This person feels like whatever y'all had going on, it wasn't working. It wasn't working because you weren't focused enough on them. Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. You wasn't focused enough on them. This is somebody that was hoping that you would put all this focus on them, all this energy on them, etc., etc. Baby, you weren't doing that. Let's just make it crystal clear. You weren't doing it. Don't forget to like the video, y'all. And good morning. Good morning. Okay. This person felt like you weren't really putting the work in for them like that. They like you wasn't really feeling them like that. It wasn't really popping like that. And this person is starting to feel with this Eight of Pentacles in reverse, they kind of feel like they're not really able to reach you. It's like you're out of their reach, but they still have this love for you. There's still this kind of like puppy love element. This person is like they're lovesick over you. There's an admirer quality here or a desire quality. This person still admires you. They still desire you, but it's like they're doing it from afar. This person feels like a small fish when it comes to you now. Something has happened. Something has changed in you. Something has changed in your energy. Somebody has leveled up. Baby, somebody became a whole Queen of Pentacles out here. Somebody has become a Queen of Pentacles. You've leveled up. You're on another level. The thing that happened with you is that now you have enough money or enough wealth or enough education or enough spiritual glow, like your spiritual currency. You've leveled up. So to a point that at this point in the story, this masculine realizes that you have enough money and currency and wealth and spirituality to make a huge offering to yourself, of yourself. You see what I'm saying? You have what you need. You got it going on. The offering that you can make to yourself right now is sickening, whether it's an offering of attention, currency, money, gifts, luxury, whatever it is, you're in position. And this masculine is not happy that you're in position like this. Because it's like your currency, your internal currency has priced this man out of position. He really not feeling like he can get back with you at this point. It's like he really don't see how he can do that. It's crazy. It's like it's a whole lot of funny business going on with that. He doesn't really understand, in a nutshell, exactly how he would get back or how he would get back on your level, because now that you're in a certain space, baby, the Lover's card energy for him is where he's starting to feel like there's some difficulty. 8 of Cups in reverse. This masculine, what he's hoping is that you will come back to him. Somebody is hoping you'll come back, find your way back. Girl, I'm hearing that Beyonce, find your way back. Big, big world, but you got it, babe. I'm hearing that Beyonce. This masculine is really hoping, like beyond a shadow of a doubt, he's hoping that you'll come back his way. That you'll come back. The world will be too big for you. You'll get scared out there. You'll get lonely out there. You won't be able to make it. You'll need him to be somebody that you can come to for guidance, for warmth, for comfort. He really believes this, y'all. This man wants you to kind of go out in the world maybe and kind of figure out for yourself why you need to come back to him. He doesn't want to have to level up because somebody, y'all, you have changed. Something has changed with you. Something has changed with you. King of Swords. Your mental is so much sharper now and you know how to take action. So you've learned now how to put your thoughts into action. There may have been a time where you was a little more pensive. You really didn't always know how to put your thoughts into action. You would be kind of laid back, falling back. You didn't always really know how to get out there and do your thing. Those days are very much over when it comes to you. Very much over when it comes to you. And now you know how to take what you think and put it into action. So somebody is in a grown woman right now. Like you're super in your grown woman right now. There's no reason under the sun that you're not going to show up for yourself. You know how to get out there. You know how to make it happen. You know how to get in gear. That's really the thing that he's intimidated by. Somebody, you didn't learn how to get in gear. It's like this man might have been telling himself at one point you needed him to get in gear. You needed him to figure out how to get out there and make something happen for yourself. That's over with. You don't need buddy to get in gear no more. You get in gear on your own. You get in gear by yourself. The 5 of Swords comes through in the reverse. You're not competing with nobody. You in your own lane. You have no competitors. You don't look to nobody. You don't ask nobody for advice. You become very sovereign, sister, in the way that you move. You become super sovereign. You do your own thing. You don't ask nobody nothing. You don't expect nobody to hand you nothing. You in a whole nother lane at this point. You're in a whole nother lane and he don't really know how to handle that. Somebody, girl, you have really changed. You've become a high level action. I'm going to tell y'all, this is high society baddie energy, by the way. I saw that before I even started this. We got a lot of that. Like somebody, there's a lot of feminines in the ascension realm this 2026, baby. People are floating up. People are shifting. People are changing. And a lot of the feminines are just simply stepping off into star energy. Like all of a sudden you've been catapulted out to the stars. I keep telling y'all, that distant star energy is coming hard through the collective. And a lot of y'all, a lot of us, okay, in the divine collective, we're on a new frequency. We're in a new space. Things are shifting. Things are changing. And we're not who we used to be. We've had full on rapture experiences. We have gone up into new levels of heaven, the heaven realm, the heaven consciousness. And we got people around us. They don't want to accept the fact that we've been moved up and moved out because they don't know how to get in that realm. They're not in it. They're not on that level. 5 of Swords in reverse. You literally move in, you think, and you do, period. The things that come to your mind, you do them, you're manifesting, you're having results. And this masculine cannot take. 5 of Swords in reverse, he cannot take. You have no competitors. You are in your own realm. 6 of Swords, you have moved away from this person. And I'm going to tell you something that happened that somebody might not be noticing when it comes to this masculine. You didn't consciously move away from him. This wasn't one of those situations, you know, where we look around and we decide that we need to get somebody out of our life for whatever reason. This was not that type of situation. This person just fell away from you. Mentally, you started to advance really, really quickly. We see swords. This is about mental, logic, action, taking action, getting up, doing what you got to do, thinking it through, being serious, governing your life properly. Somebody got to a point where you stop playing games, baby. You're not playing games with nobody. I'm literally hearing, I don't know why I'm hearing this Beyonce. I'm hearing her again. Ain't nothing to it. Real one. Ain't nothing to it. Boss, baby. Somebody got in a boss era. You're not taking calls like that if people ain't talking about nothing. Your mind is somewhere else. You literally are spending all your time leveling up, whether that's spiritually, financially, somebody's working on their body. Baby, some of y'all working on everything at the same time. Okay, somebody is going to pop out by 2028 or before. It's going to be a lot of pop outs in the Divine Collective. People going to be popping out new car, new money, new energy, new this. It's going to be a lot of folks just popping out. Y'all don't forget to like the live if you're here. If you're new, please do subscribe. Please do subscribe. Okay, it's going to be a lot of people. Yes, energy cleansing. Absolutely. It's going to be a lot of people popping out. Folks going to be shocked and surprised trying to figure out what's going on. But baby, people finna pop out. Six of Swords energy. Nine of Pentacles energy coming through in the reverse. This person, ooh, y'all, this pissed me off. Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. This person is sitting back. Low key, they're kind of wishing for your downfall. They're watching you from afar. They're looking for an opportunity to get back in. How can I get back in with her? They know they can't get back in with you at your full capacity because you've outpaced them. You've outthought them. You moving, you shaking, you thinking, you doing. Somebody might have opened a new business, or you suddenly started getting them pounds off, or you suddenly start studying them books, and now your conversation got this person spooked because all of a sudden you sounded like a high-powered intellectual, or you've been hanging with a different crew of people, and these people you hanging with now, this person, no, this man, no, I can't be her man if she can get in rooms and sit with those people. I can't be her man if she can get a call back from that lady over there. So this person is trying to figure out, y'all, this masculine is trying to figure out how he can try to find some kind of way to maintain relevance because he's lost relevance in your life at this point. Baby, there's Nine of Pentacles in reverse. This man is sitting back watching you from afar, looking for your energy to seem discounted. He's looking for something to come up missing. Maybe you won't be as fabulous. You won't be popping like you used to be popping. Nine of Pentacles in reverse. This man is hoping that maybe something gets exposed. Maybe your reputation will take a L, something gets exposed. Maybe the girls start gossiping about you and all of a sudden your currency slides down. Whatever he can come up with. Whatever he can come up with, this man is hopeful. Like maybe something to happen, something to get exposed. Maybe you'll lose some of your money. So when you get unemployed and you need to call him back because you need some money, something needs to go on for him to feel like he can be a man in your life. This is a man with a savior complex. When we see this Nine of Pentacles in reverse, it's a savior's complex in here. It's a savior's complex. He's looking for something to happen in your life where he can feel like he can slide in and be the savior, the world. What did I tell y'all? Big, big world, but you got it, baby. What did I just tell y'all? Find your way back. This man is hoping that you will get out in the world and you won't be able to navigate. Y'all know what's funny the other day? Do y'all remember when the Mary Tyler Moore, it was one of the readings y'all I had did. Girl, the Mary Tyler Moore theme came to me. Girl, what she say? You're gonna make it. Girl, put that in reverse. We got a reverse Mary Tyler Moore theme up in here. I hope you fail after. Girl, because if you fail, girl, if you don't throw your hat up in the air and catch it and it hit the floor and some rain get on it, girl, and you be out there busted, this man figures that'll be his moment. That's his opportunity to jump back in the conversation. You done got out there thinking you was going to be Mary Tyler Moore and slipped and fell in a puddle. Your hat is toe off. And now you're going to have to call him to pick you up from the rain gutter. That's what this man is hoping to happen. You'll drown in your emotions because you got to understand the King of Swords. Energy, all this swords energy really. But specifically the King of Swords. Somebody got their head on real straight. Woo, sister, you got your head on straight. Your head on straighter than it's been in 6 to 8 years. Your head is on super straight. And this is what's got him spooked. Let me tell you something. Whoever this is, we see this Nine of Pentacles in reverse. The reason he wishing for this is because he knows you're a Nine of Pentacles. This is a man that's talked to you. And something about how you was talking, you was clear. You was sounding like an emperor. Somebody was literally in their female emperor energy. Somebody's giving Pharaoh. You knew how to rule. You're ruling. Baby, female Pharaoh, somebody's in their Nefertiti season. Ooh, spirit, that was powerful. I don't know where that came from. Somebody is in their Nefertiti season. And you're ruling. You're ruling and you're beautiful and you're stoic. You looking good. He can't figure out what's to you. Like, wait, what's up? Prior to this, something else was going on, baby. Prior to this, something else was going on. 10 of Wands in reverse. You'd have had a release. Something has released off of you. Something has fallen off of you. Something is no longer in your energy. Something has released. Something has fallen back, fallen off. 10 of Wands in reverse, Queen of Cups in reverse. Somebody you may have been carrying around. Let me tell you something. Queen of Cups in reverse. Prior to this, you was going around mommying people, sis. Baby, woman king. Prior to this, you was going around mommying people. Seriously, you was being like the emotional catch-all for people. Queen of Cups comes through in the reverse. You was giving too much. And I'm going to tell you, you probably didn't even realize you were giving anything, sister. You didn't even know you were giving anything. You was just being yourself. But by, we're divine feminine energies, we already have these divine blessings. We already have the ability to bring joy. We already have the ability to help people to understand matters clearer. We have some natural abilities that folks don't really know that we have. So with that being said, you were really kind of a surrogate mother figure for a lot of people. Good morning. You were a surrogate mother figure for a lot of people. People were extracting emotional labor from you without you maybe really peeping it, but they were extracting emotional labor from you. You were somebody that people were dependent on. Oh, let me call her to listen to my problems. I need a shoulder to cry on. Somebody was previously in their Sinclair energy. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, somebody was in their Sinclair energy. You were the person that people were coming to for comfort, for joy, for a laugh, for softness. But I'm telling you, people weren't always giving back to you the way you were giving to them. People weren't always giving you the same thing that you were putting out. But being divine feminine energy, you're strong, you have a lot to give. So you kind of were in this divine mother energy that you may or may not have even really realized that you were in, to be completely honest. That's what this man was used to. Baby, you've released that. 10 of Wands is in the reverse. You've released that. You're not sitting around mentoring and mommying people. You've let that go. Being the mentor, being the mother, being the spiritual advisor without people giving you anything in return for it. Somebody has cut that out. Somebody has let that go. When you let that go, this man felt the disconnect. 3 of Pentacles in reverse. He felt the disconnect of whatever network he felt he had with you, whatever connection he felt he had with you. He experienced a disconnect in that moment. He realized in that moment, oh shoot, she ain't really picking up the phone listening to me whine no more. She not sitting up letting me come in and out of her life no more, baby. I'm literally seeing a screen door open and close. This man was ripping back and forth emotionally through your life like the screen door. Baby, you didn't shut that screen door. Somebody has leveled up. I'm telling you, somebody is in their queen season now. You're ruling. You have leveled up. 5 of Pentacles in the reverse. When you leveled up, it was like you went inside your own sanctuary. You went inside your own chapel. So this divine mother energy, somebody had a lot of Mother Mary energy on them. You had an ability to be in the kind of holy mother energy. You were somebody people were coming to, and they were, what you was giving, sis? And this is bananas, but I'm finna tell you, you were almost like a person that was in place forgiving people's sins for them. It was almost like, when people go to the Catholic, they go to confessional, and they get on a little pillow, and it's like a place for them to go, and they can lay down their spiritual burdens. They can lay down their sins. That's what you were representing to people. You would become somebody that people were going to, being the truth of who they are and getting a feeling of acceptance, because you're not sitting around being judgmental. You're not sitting around being judgmental. You're listening to people. There's a high priestess, holy mother energy to you. Okay? Where people felt comfortable coming to you and saying their vulnerabilities. You were like an altar for some people. You were somebody they could do that with. They come to you, they lay down their vulnerabilities. They could tell you, low key, I'm scared of the job. Low key, when I was 19, I was a thief. Low key, I never really loved my baby mama. Okay? And you were somebody that was just going to sit there and be like, right, sure. Sure, okay, yeah, we've all fallen out of love. You know what I'm saying? You were gonna give people the space and the room to feel like they were loved and accepted. So you had people, whether or not you believe it or not, sis, these people were in these deep attachments with you, just based on your spiritual facility. Because you have this holy mother energy, baby, people were attached to you in ways that you knew nothing of. This masculine falls under that barrage of people, but he's not the only one, y'all. For some of y'all, it's 10 to 18 people. And the reason that is you need to pay attention to it is because you literally have never paid attention to it. It's a natural gift. It's a natural faculty. It's a natural part of your spiritual disposition. You've never really noticed this. You know what I'm saying? This isn't something you've ever paid any attention to. You just like, yo, I sit down, I be myself. I'm going to show up. I'm going to represent God in the space because you are a divine feminine. You are a woman of God. You are a woman that's connected to source. But you wasn't never necessarily trying to prove that to nobody. So be that as it may, you have now come back into your own chapel. Five of Pentacles comes through in the reverse. You have come back into your own chapel. So the person benefiting the most from your holy energy now, from your divinity now, from your private relationship with the Most High now, baby, is you. So you glowing like the sun because you've stopped giving all your energy away. You stopped trying to be, you weren't trying to be, but you were just naturally being kind of the sounding board and a safe space for others. You've let that go. Now your focus is you. Somebody is focused on self-care. You're no longer putting other people first. You're just not. There's some people around you that have noticed this, and what you haven't noticed is that the people that have noticed this about you, baby, they're mad. We see vegetarian and vegan energy. You started to purify what you take in. You're not listening to the same kind of conversations that you used to. So a lot of people around you, they're uncomfortable now when they talk to you because you're not really listening to the same stuff you used to listen to. You willing now, you kind of like, right, let me call you back. People are now, I'm telling y'all, and I'm going to tell you this is a big thing for 2026. I'm just going to go on and share this one. Girl, divine feminines, we got to start getting social calendars. We got to start getting social calendars. Send people a link. Let them know I'm only available from this to that. Because when you have divine feminine, and if they want to accept the link, they accept it. If they don't, they don't. But as divine feminine energies, we have so much to give in terms of empathy, in terms of heart condition, in terms of wisdom, in terms of mothering, in terms of sensitivity, in terms of nurture. Just to sit up and let people call you and drain you and pop in and out like that, we got to start putting down hard administrative boundaries, baby. Do y'all remember how Jacqueline Breuer was moving in Boomerang? Do y'all remember that? Baby, Eddie Murphy was calling her up, getting a schedule for a date. He said, what? But that's 3 weeks from now. Hey, do you want to sleep with Jacqueline or not? And if so, I'm afraid it's going to be 3 weeks before you get her on the phone. This is the way you have to start moving with conversation, with everything. Get you a social calendar. Because people will think that because you have grace, because you have empathy, because you have righteousness, because you seem like you're such an endless abundance of energy, baby, people think that it's okay to just like, I'm going to call up the DF and I'm going to keep her on the phone for 4 hours, for 2 hours, for an hour. And I'm going to be, and even if you give, sometimes you may give relatives that much time, they think that it's cool to do the same thing the next day. No, we got to start cleaning up our energy fields, baby. Vegetarian, vegan energy. It's time to start cleaning up our life force energy. And you've gotten to that point. You're not listening to the same things you used to listen to. So a lot of people are finding you difficult to communicate with because now you're like, I'm going to end the conversation here, or I'm going to block you, or you're just going to be texting me talking about where you're at, what's going on, and I'm not even going to be available to pick up the phone. Y'all, if you are new in the belting, subscribe. Everybody like the live to my newbies. Hey, good morning. Okay. It's people in the situation that they're shocked right now at what's going on. We see kisses. People are used to kisses from you. Unconditional love, giving, receiving, affection, falling in love with you. You've always been somebody that people were easy to fall in love with, sis, but I'm going to tell you something that you didn't even peep. A lot of people were falling in love with how available you were for them. They were falling in love with how accepted they felt by you. They wasn't falling in love with you, girl. If you ask those people some real questions about you, they couldn't even answer them. And I don't know where I'm getting this from. Somebody in the room needs to hear it. They wouldn't even know how to answer those. Somebody just real questions about you, girl, they don't know. What's your favorite color? What's your middle name? What you like to do? They don't know. They just in love with the fact that they found someone that made them feel valuable. That's what they're in love with. You're always on my mind, thoughts and memories. These people from your past, and this masculine in particular, he can't let you go or get past you. You're always on his mind because he's addicted to the acceptance. You would become like dope for a lot of these people. They were addicted to the acceptance and the light that you shined on them by just naturally being yourself, by naturally being a divine mother energy. So when you leveled up and you switched to this Nefertiti energy, when you switched to this female pharaoh energy, and now you're ruling from the position of authority, these people are sickening and stuck. They're waiting to see if your energy, are you going to ever be on discount? Are you going to fall off? Are you going to lose your authority? Are you going to lose your mind? No. And I'm going to tell you why you're not going to do any of that, because it is written and it is so. When you have been called and placed in a position, that's where you're going to be, because we know that the Most High God does not lie. So no, you will not be coming back to the lower echelons of these people's minds so that you can prop them up and be the mother that they don't have. Okay? Because people will love to try to turn a divine feminine into a mother energy without her permission or consent. They adore it. They adore it. You should be nurturing and taking care of me when these karmics don't know how to nurture or take care of themselves. Absolutely, shine on, shine on. When they don't know how to take care of themselves. So the bottom line in this is, this person can't forget you. They can't move on from you. They're stuck on you because you were something they were getting high on. Your feminine energy is something they were getting high on. So how do they move on? How do they forget you? Y'all know this. Listen, somebody that's got a substance problem, they don't forget the substance. When the substance is gone, they go through a withdrawal. And that's where this man, what? Come on, Spirit, with the confirmation. I need more. I need more. That's where he's at with it. He needs more of you. So he's watching you, trying to figure out, trying to sit back. And it's so predatory when these karmic masculines do this. But he's watching. He's trying to sit back and see and figure out, is there ever going to be a point or a time in the story where he may be able to weasel his way back in? But he knows he can't come back in to who you've become, to who you are today, to that King of Swords energy that's on you today, where you are in full mental clarity and you're ruling your kingdom like nobody's business, ruling your queendom like nobody's business. He knows he can't come back in while you're at that particular level. You're too high up. This man may have even reached out to a reader. Baby, we got fortune teller on the card. This man getting readings. He's trying to figure out what's going on with you. I'm going to tell you about the readings that he's getting. He's not getting readings figuratively like what we're doing right here. This masculine is going to older women around him, aunties, older women in his family, grandtie, whatever. He's trying to say that he's asking questions about a woman. He's getting that type of information. He's going to older women in his family, big sister, mama, and saying, oh, man, when a woman is acting like this, well, now that she's doing this, he's going around trying to figure out, he's trying to pull from other feminine energies a way to read you. He's trying to get somebody to be able to tell him how to energetically kind of invade your territory, invade your queendom. Oh my God. This masculine wants to invade your queendom. He's literally sitting back watching and waiting for a way to do it. Think about a castle. Thank you so much for that, y'all. Don't forget to like the live. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Don't forget to gift if you may. Okay? Listen, this masculine is somebody that he's sitting back waiting to invade your territory. But the way that he's doing this is just like anything else. I want y'all to think about a castle. A castle is all about protecting the kings, the queens within the castle. That's why thank you so much. That's why there are walls and things erected around a castle, is to keep intruders out. That's why this man is waiting for a discount in your energy. A discount in your energy technically is the moment that is easy to invade your castle. A moment of weakness, a moment that you forget and let one of the bridges fall down, girl. A moment that you forget and leave something open energetically. Psychically, you become more vulnerable. And I'm telling you, the thing that he wants and hopes will happen the most is that you go out in the world and you can't cut it. And you have to run back to him for some type of help. What? Detox your friendships. That's the name of the game. Detox your friendships. But the problem for him is that you've already done that. He's already seeing the detox. He's already seeing you cleaning up your energetic space. So this man is lost. He don't know what to do, baby. His name may begin with a B. That probably look like a D to y'all. This man's name may begin with a B. It may begin with a T. Okay? It may begin with a T. Baby, God is our refuge and very present help in trouble. Psalm 46:4. You don't have nothing to worry about because you covered. I'm going to tell you something else. This man misses you, but he misses who you was. He doesn't miss who you are. I'm going to tell you something else. Another reason this mask, I'm going to tell you something that we got to just touch on this. A lot of times when we see karmics, they start wilding out like this. They start getting predatory. They start getting in a situation where they don't know what to do. They don't know how to behave or how to act when they're no longer with us, when they're no longer in our spaces. A lot of times, and I'm speaking to the divine feminine, y'all, a lot of times that is because the presence of God, and I just got this, y'all, this came to me when we see this, God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in times of trouble. Once again, Psalm 46:1. They feel the protection of God on you. And when you have the protection of God on you, it's big and it's mighty. We know that. All praises be to the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. He is wonderful. Okay, y'all remember that. When you come in contact with the source energy, it's mighty, because we know nothing else, regardless of how we choose to move forward spiritually in prayer. We know that the Bible is a very powerful book, of psalms, of spells, or whatever you verses, whatever you choose to believe. But the energy of that book that relates us back to the all, that relates us back to divine favor, when you have that energy on you, when that's on your life, when that's on your way of being, when you have that energy on you, it's frightening for somebody who's not in it. We just got to go back to Moses, as I talked about the other day. Y'all know when Moses came in contact with God, he had the glory of God, the light of God was all over him. This is that same energy. And this person sees it. They know it ain't you by yourself. And they're afraid. Because they know their time of being able to come in and dominate and go in and out of your life, they feel that shift in energy. That ain't necessarily you they feel. Absolutely. It's that angelic energy. It's that energy of the Most High God. They know they can't, there ain't no coming and going no more. Them days have come and gone. How about that? Heart chakra. So be aware. This man may try to come back in and appeal to your heart. He may try to use that to get back in. He may try to use nostalgia, try to message you or send something to you that just says, oh, remember when? Remember? Because he's going to start having a problem because you're not running from the world. This man believes that he can depend on your fear of the world. I don't know who this is. This man believes you're afraid of the world. And that will always give him the opportunity to run you. You don't know how to go out in the world. And you're going to run back to me. You're going to try to go in the world on your own. You'll never make it. You may find this person is checking your stories. They're checking, you look at things and just see that they've looked. They're checking your Instagram stories. They're checking your TikTok stories. They're doing things like this because they think they're waiting for a moment that they're going to see that you're shaking in your boots, or you're falling off, or that you're in pictures looking haggard. Your hair's not combed, girl. You're taking pictures online looking like hell on wheels. Something that's going to say to them, oh, she's not able to level up without me. Maybe something that'll look like your health ain't what it's been. You start gaining weight. And so maybe last time they saw you, you had just lost 20 pounds. Maybe they look online and, oh, she gained the 30 pounds back. This person, it's all about them. It's all about their low self-esteem. It's all about their desire to get back in proximity to you without having to pay the price of who you are now. That's the bottom line. They want to get back in proximity to you without paying the price of who you are now. You're not going to come around me and pay the price for whoever you thought I was. You're going to pay the price for who I am today. This person doesn't want to do that. They don't want to level up. They don't want to have the manners and the respect. They don't want to be consistent. They don't want to offer consistency in friendship and love. They don't want to offer that. They're trying to figure out how they can get the discount and get in. But baby, your guardian angels ain't going to let them do it. Didn't we just say this? Confirmation. Your guardian angels are not about to let these people play in your life. Because you've been called to rule. You've been called to rule and to stand over and to be over and to basically be That same energy that you were using, sis, somebody, I'm talking to you, that same energy that you were using that was putting you in the space of a divine mother, that was making you someone that everybody was coming to for help and assistance, that same energy is going to be a part of the way that you rule and the way that you handle your queendom energy. You're going to be somebody that goes into wise counsel. You're going to be respected for your counsel. You're going to be respected as a divine counsel and somebody that has the gift of government. You're going to start being pulled into administrative job positions. You're going to start being promoted. People are going to come to you to consult on different things. People are going to start respecting you and gifting you for your ability to advise and be in divine feminine wisdom. See, you was around karmic energies that was taking it for granted. But when other divine energies start to see the office that the Most High done put you in, people are going to start to exalt you and pay you and give you what you deserve for your wisdom and energy is going to be respected. You're going to be put on the proper pedestals. People like him will never be able to access the fruits of who you are again. Who you are is completely out of his realm of spiritual existence. And you've been leveled up with. Your guardian angels are not going to let him play with you. You have already moved on. You have already gone through the door into the next wave of your life, into the next wave of your existence. And it is this person that's sitting back. He doesn't understand spiritual things. He doesn't understand that you have literally spiritually moved on to the next wave. And he's literally sitting back, addicted to your energy, addicted to the mothering energy that you used to give him, can't exist without it, can't move on without it, and is sitting back watching and waiting and hoping that you fall off some kind of way energetically, spiritually, psychically that will allow him to get back into your life. Now realizing you have exited those doors. You have exited those rooms. This isn't the type of thing that you would be coming back from it. This ain't that. You'll eventually, this is not that. This isn't a you'll eventually, you are gone. You have transcended. You're only going to make healthy choices now because you're leveled up in the spirit realm. He does not get this. You're no longer someone that he can contact. It would just be like if your spiritual frequency was a phone number, your phone number has changed. He's not going to be able to contact you anymore. He's not going to be able to reach you anymore. That point in the story is over and gone. He doesn't get it. He thinks you're faking, sis. He thinks you're faking. He thinks you're pretending to be leveled up. He thinks that the new version of you he sees is not real. He thinks that your elegance is something that maybe you learned from someone. You know, you're speaking clearly and you're ruling and everybody around you is giving you respect. That's just because they don't know the real you, or maybe you just caught a hit of luck. I'm literally hearing OT Genesis, y'all, sick because they thought I lucked up, okay? They sick because they thinking you lucked up. They was hoping you lucked up. And now they're seeing you move into your divine authority. These folks was hoping that you would hit a fluke. You would hit a little wave, girl. You had just got a little lucky. You had a moment of bliss. You know, you just got, you came up for a minute. But no, baby, devotion and dreams fulfilled. This is your moment. This is your time. Your devotion to the Most High is the reason your dreams are going to be fulfilled. You're not going to be going back. You're in your time of divine blessing. You're in your time of divine ascension. There is no coming back from that. There is no coming back from that. Absolutely. We don't chase, don't have to. Not only do we not chase, we ascend. So we shift realms. The place you're looking for us in, we're not even there no more. Divine Feminine's level up. We're not even there no more. You're looking for somebody that this is over with. Baby, distance. Come on, Spirit, with the confirmation. Distance. I told y'all we're going to have to talk about distant star energies. I'm going to have to put that together at some point. Baby, you're so far away, but what happens with the distant star? People who are addicted to that energy, they don't even know who they are when you're not there. They don't even know who you are, who they are when you're not there to shine in their life. They don't even know who they are if you're not there to basically be the warmth and the covering and the glow over their life. They get lost. This person is lost without you, baby. Can't help himself. How does it feel? Okay? He is lost. Baby, I want y'all to see this. She's dead at last. You got some folks praying on your downfall. And the reason they praying on your downfall is because this level up that the Most High is finna give you is sickening. It's sickening. Baby, people about to be sick to the stomach. They keep coming to me. Everybody mad. This is about to be epic. It's giving very much everybody sit back with their popcorn because it's about to go down. You about to get leveled up. I'm hearing all of the lights. It's about to be like a ceremony around you. Somebody, you're about to experience a moment that's something like, you know how the debutante balls are, the old school debutante balls? Where you get introduced into upper society, you get introduced into, let's say, the upper echelons of the spiritual world. That's already happened for you. It's about to happen in the physical realm. They're about to see what just happened for you in the spirit realm, in the physical realm. And these people can't take, because they feel it coming. I told you, when the Spirit of God is upon you, it feels different. Do y'all remember in Genesis, baby, the Spirit of God went over the waters and said, let there be light. They feel that. They feel that Spirit of God. That Spirit of God is felt. It's felt. And they can't take it. You got people shaking in their boots around you, sis. Shaking in their boots. Baby, can you feel it? That make me, all the children of the world should be, okay? Y'all know that celebration energy that's on Can You Feel It by the Jacksons? That anthem, the way it started off, that's the energy that's all around you, sis. Come on, sis, you brought that energy right in. You brought that energy right in, sorceress. You got it coming, baby. The rumble of thunder, baby, you got it coming. And they feel it. People don't know what's coming to you, but they know what's coming. And I'm telling you, it's a shift. It's a crack in the way your life has been going. It's a shift. It's a sudden shift of who you are. Somebody has been snatched up out of their reality and placed on a different ground, placed on higher ground. They're not ready, but they feel it. They feel it coming. I can feel it coming in the air at night. They feel it coming. It's in the air. It's all around you. People are coming to your social media and they feel it. They like something's coming. Baby, something special is about to happen, okay? They can feel it all around you. They can feel it all around you. And people is shivering. They don't know what to do with it. They don't know what to do with it. Why you got this divine masculine with money looking for you, girl? He coming over here tapping on my shoulder looking for you. Girl, the level up is coming. What, girl? Who is this? Look at you, huh? Girl, who this is? Girl, this Billy D. Girl, who is that? This Idris. Girl, I don't know who this is, but he's on his way. 13, that's the number 4. This man is solid, and he's coming from all sides. Let me tell you something about this, because this is the energy I picked up earlier as well. For many of us in the divine collective, there's about to be a serious shift in the type of people that are coming to us for relationships. And these men are going to be more like businessmen. I almost don't even want to go here because I got this energy earlier and I was actually going to make it a separate reading, but the energy has come up in the middle of this reading. I have to get into this for a minute. We have to go down this rabbit hole. A lot of the divine feminines, you're about to start coming in contact with masculines because you're leveling up into your high society baddie era. I mentioned that earlier in the reading. Y'all, if you're in the room, don't forget to like the live. And if you are new, please do go ahead and subscribe. This masculine here, this type of energy here, I'm telling you right now, this is a masculine energy. The way that he is, it's like he's professional. This is the type of masculine that's going to start coming to you as you are leveling up in business, leveling up in money, leveling up in your mindset. You're going to start attracting masculines that are going to start to come to you. And the way that you date is about to change. I got to go ahead and hit it. I wasn't going to hit it. I got to go ahead and hit it, y'all. The way that you're dating, sis, is about to start to change. It's about to change. These men are going to come more. They come like with business propositions. These are men that are going to want your time. And they're going to start offering you packages. They're going to start coming in offering you deals. These are divine masculines, but they're professionals. They have money. They don't have a lot of time. See, what's happening with you now, sis, is you're about to start accessing a different thought frequency of man, a different thought frequency of masculine. And these are masculines that are coming more as gentlemen, more like diplomats, more like men of wealth, men of access, men of prestige, men that are not socially trapped, sis. Socially trapped masculines offer garbage because garbage is all they know how to access. Garbage is all they do access. That's it. That's all. That's all they know how to do. So they're socially trapped. So they assume you're socially trapped. They assume you don't have options. That's another reason this masculine on the back end of this reading is upset and waiting for you to be at a discount because he can't afford you at where you're going. So now we're talking about the masculines that can afford you at where you're going. And the masculines that can afford you at the way you're going, they date different. They do it different. They think different. These are masculines that are going to come in and come towards you. They're going to come more like with a contract because they know your value and they know your worth. So these are the masculines that are going to sit down and they're going to say, what do you need? What does it take for me to be at the table? What can I support you with? What do you need help with? This is what I need from you. I need you to be by my side. I need you to come out and be seen with me. I need you to be at functions with me. I need you to be well dressed. I need you to be as beautiful as you already are. I need you to be somebody that I can depend on. I need you to be somebody that is romantic, somebody that I can be proud of, which you already are. What can I offer you in return for that? Let's do this. This is a man that has got some sophistication. He's not coming around just taking from you. He's not coming around just sucking the crumbs from the table. He's not doing that. He wouldn't do that. He's not that dude. He's going to come to you and he's going to sit down with you and he's going to say, what can I do? How can we make this work? Here's what I can do. This is the money that I have. What are you working on right now? How can I support you with that? This is a masculine that comes through and he approaches everything with his intellect. Now I'm going to tell you why this type of masculine is going to be so important to the divine feminine energies that are in their level up season that's coming up right now is because let's wind it back. Remember, we mentioned King of Swords energy. Y'all, King of Swords energy, that's where you are. You're in your season where you're ruling and you're at a certain level where you're making decisions. We saw that you're cleaning up your energy. We saw that you're no longer allowing your energy to leak and just bleed off into the next man and level up all these people emotionally for no reason. We saw that you're no longer just giving away your divinity without really realizing how much it means and what it's worth in its currency. So now that you know your worth, now that you know your spiritual value, now that you know that you're an advisor at a level that you didn't before, now that you're in your divine wisdom, guess what? Now you come to the relationship table more serious and putting more currency on your own gifts, putting more currency on your own mindset, putting more currency in the way that you move. So when you come to the table like that with the clear understanding of your spiritual and feminine currency, now you're attracting masculines that understand their own masculine currency and also understand that as a masculine, they are there to provide and lead, and understand that when they're dealing with the woman that understands her currency, let's sit down and figure out how we're going to do this and what's going to make it work. They're not coming to take like this man was. These are men on the back end that were trapped. They come to take, they come to drain, they come to take. What can I get? Are you falling off today? Did you fall off? Are you broke down? Are you sad? Are you scared of the world? Is it that you're lost and confused? Come depend on me. These are masculines that are broken and they don't know how to get out of the trap that they're in other than to try to trip you so you be trapped in it with them. Baby, them days is over. Now you're attracting tycoon energy masculines, and they're coming in and they're approaching you and saying, how can we sit down and make some real plans up in here today? Y'all, we finna pull some cards just for this masculine. Hold on, let's give it a minute. Let's give him a moment. Because I already saw this energy, but I was like, I'm going to have to wait a couple of days to touch on that. And here we are. Okay? Let go. When you get with a man of this caliber, you don't have to hold on to anything. You're going to be able to be free. This is a masculine that promotes freedom and promotes upper echelon thinking. You know, he's not caught up on all that being hung up, stuck. Cali, death card energy. This is what your life is right now. It's in death card energy, girl. It's in transformation energy. Death card energy is winter energy. It's all about transformation. It's northern wind energy. Transformation, renewal, rebirth, taking things to the next level, doing things at a new level, taking things into the next wave, rapturing up, leveling up. So with that being said, you're in this space now. What this previous masculine represents is death. He is the end of a cycle. This is the final person trying to anchor you to somebody that you're not no more. This is the final person trying to grab your ankle and pull you down into gravity as you ascend up into the next wave. This new man is a representation of the new you, the new space, the new wave, the new position that you're in. This new man represents the beginning, not the beginning of you, but the beginning of your situation, the beginning of your next wave. This is somebody that's going to come to you and offer you the currency that you deserve for who you are. This masculine is literally sitting back. Not only is he not able to offer you the currency for who you are, he hoping you trip and fall and slide in currency and lose some of your currency so he can get back in and pay a discount price. What are we doing? Is this Dollar Tree? Girl, this is spiritual Dollar Tree for these karmics, girl. They out here hoping something go on sale. They see a whole divine feminine and hope it goes on sale. I hope she forget who she is. Man, I hope she get lost out there. Make a wrong turn out there somewhere. Girl, this man's hoping you make a wrong turn out there somewhere so he can get his relevance. So he can get his relevance back. What did I just tell you? Narcissistic energy. So he can get his relevance back. There is no getting his relevance back because you've released that version of yourself that would attract people like that. And that's what we have to realize a lot of times at Divine Feminines. A lot of times it's not about dumping the person. It's not about dumping that man or ending that friendship with that person. It's about us ending the relationship that we have with the version of ourselves that was letting that person hang out in the first place. It's about telling yourself that I don't move like that no more, so that you just don't even deal with people like that no more. You don't attract people like that. No, people like that run from you because they see that you carry yourself with a certain level of value. They see that your currency is something that they can no longer afford. And it's always bananas when that happens in the middle of a cycle, because just like you see right here, you level up, you move up, you're in another plateau. The people from the previous plateau don't want to face it and they don't want to let you go. Cosmic creatures, okay? You moved up into a lane where you're more in the stars and you're going to start meeting stars. For some of you, you have star quality yourself, and you may find that you start to meet literal stars more, like actual stars, celebrities. You may even see that it might start like they start liking your page or liking things that you see. You're just in another realm. And in this realm, there are different people, different frequencies, different kind of folks. And now you're able to walk shoulder to shoulder with those kinds of people. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Psalm 118 and 24. The Lord is good and his love endures forever. Psalm 105. Here's the thing. Like I said, once it is written, it is so. Once it is spoken over your life, it is so, and nobody can change it. And what you're really seeing here is how many people are sitting in the background wrestling around with the fact that you are no longer somebody that they can access in the way that they once accessed. This is what they're wrestling around with. Athena, baby, inner wisdom. Your inner wisdom. This right here, let's forget all the other gifts you got. Just your inner wisdom. This masculine from your past that's hoping you go on sale, he will never be able to access you again. Your wisdom has officially locked him out. You see him for exactly who he is. He's weak and he's confused. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. Joshua 1:9. He cannot come against the favor of God on your life. So he's sitting back wishing that you slip and fall. He's creating traps for himself. He's binding himself. The ditch you dig for somebody else is the one you're going to rot in. And that's the situation for him. Graciousness and benevolence. But I don't see you being vindictive. I don't even see you looking back this masculine's way. You don't care to curse him out. You don't care to send the last go to hell text message, because you have so much grace and benevolence, and you have a lot of power, sis. You have a lot of power, which we saw back with that King of Swords. You make good decisions. You wouldn't dare waste your time talking to somebody like this. For what? He's lost. He's holding on to you because the truth is, while this person was sitting here hoping that you weren't going to be able to go out in the world and survive on your own, hoping that you weren't going to be able to hold yourself down on your own, The truth of the matter is he can't hold himself down on his own. He's afraid of the world. He can't make it without you. This man still needs his mother to prop him up in order for him to make it. And that's what you represented. That's what you became a representation of, was his mother, a spiritual mother, a place that he could go and not be judged, a place that he could go and sit and feel accepted, a place that he can go and be 4 years old again. That wasn't the energy that you needed. That's the energy that he needed. And now he's trying to say you're the one that can't make it without him. No, he can't make it without you. Emotionally, this man can't hold himself up without you. That's why he's addicted to sitting up watching you, babysitting you, reading old texts, hoping that you get back in the mix, because he can't make it without you. We see the God box. This is where you are. You are in your God box energy. So nobody's going to hop over any walls. You are divinely protected on all sides. So this is not a situation where his jealousy or his sadness or his evil eye energy or his upset can touch you. It cannot touch you. It cannot touch you. This isn't that. This isn't the type of situation where you can be touched. This is a situation where somebody is just going to be everybody mad. He's just going to be mad. He's going to be mad with many of the other people that are upset because they see the favor of God on your life in this season. Be still and know that I am God. For anybody that may be concerned or worried about this person's fixation on them, or you feel like maybe I should say something, put your faith in the Most High. Continue to be in prayer, because this isn't a situation where this person can get to you or break you down. This is a situation where this person is going to have to accept that the tides have changed. There's nothing else for them to do but accept that the tides have changed. In his hand, on the depths of the earth and the mountain peaks belong to him. Psalm 95:4. Everything is under the jurisdiction of the Most High. This isn't the type of situation where what he thinks or wants matters. We see, y'all, the chariot energy. No, that chariot a little racy. We can't show her. The chariot. There's a final ascension for you in all of this. Yeah, time is up. There's a final ascension for you in all of this. And what I mean by final ascension is that's the chariot. See, you're in a position now. Somebody, you may still kind of be in like this purgatory-esque state. That's the only way I know how to describe it. You're in this moment. You're in this purgatory-esque state where you're able to be accessed, right? You're able to be accessed still by some of these fools from the past, but they can't really access you. They're watching, they're hoping, they're looking from afar. They're trying to figure out, how could I do it? How could I access her? But once these chariots come, these divine chariots of the Most High, baby, with these four white horses pulling that chariot, they're gonna catapult you way out of these people's reach real fast. 0 to 100, baby, real quick. They will never be able to access you again. So for these people that are thinking like, I don't know, should I say something? You're about 5 minutes for these people not knowing where they can find you ever again. Since you don't have to say nothing. You don't even have to curse nobody out. You don't have to read nobody the riot act. You don't even have to rebuke them in the name of whatever it is you believe in. You don't have to do nothing, girl. You don't have to pull out no quantum leap books. You don't have to do anything, girl. All you have to do is keep moving. Because you're about to be all the way out of these people's jurisdiction. Power animal. Is she on a white horse? Ain't that what I just said? Yeah, she's on a white horse. You have every guardian that you need to level up. You have grown, and the people around you, these masculines behind you, they have not grown. They have not grown. You have grown. You have grown. I want you to see this. Girl with the snake. Let me read to y'all exactly what this card says before I even interpret. Empath and narcissist paradigm. Being charmed or used. Enable boundaries. This person was a narcissistic energy. And there was a time before this when you were in that Holy Mother energy where you were standing strong. You were standing strong. In your Holy Mother energy, this person was able to take advantage. They were able to take advantage. And they're very hurt, confused, and upset, and lost, and wandering around like a child with no mother. Because if you ask me, let me tell y'all something about that as well. If you ask me, a narcissistic energy is just some adult with a mother wound That's the bottom line. These are people whose mothers were not there the way they were supposed to be. And they didn't know how to process that. They didn't know how to get with God on that. They didn't know how to get with a psychologist on that. They didn't know how to read no books from they didn't know how to get with Sam Vaknin on the girl. They didn't know how to get with Dr. Phil, Dr. Ruth, nobody. All these people knew how to do was to become brats and monsters that go around trying to suck energy from adults. And they especially come for the divine feminine because we naturally have divine mother energy. And that's the empath that they come from. It's because they want their mother. This is somebody with a mother wound. Their mother didn't give them the attention. Their mother wasn't present. Their mother didn't do what they needed her to do. And now they expect every divine feminine on earth to pay for it. Even narcissistic women. They will go around with these mother wounds and they will attack the divine feminine psychically and verbally like nobody's business. They will bite into you and attack you because they don't have anybody there. They want you to be devoted to them. They want you to sweat them. They want you to be putting them up on pedestals. They want you to be complimenting them. You know, these feminines, these karmic feminines, they need endless compliments. Look at me. And if you won't do it, they got a problem with you. When you walk in the room and you shine and you glow, they want you to feed that to them. They want you to nurture them with your shine and your glow. They want you to mother them. They want you to tell them they're important, or else they're going to have a problem with you. They're upset with you because you're not making your glow about them. You should be glowing on them. Just like this ring light is glowing on the work we got going on here. They want you to use your light to glow on them. And if you're not giving them your glow, if you're not letting them be the reciprocant of your glow, you're about to deal with an enemy at work or on the street or wherever in your family. Because your job as a divine feminine, when it comes to karmic and demonic energies, your job is to be their mother. And I don't know why people don't talk about this more. That's what it always boils down to. They want you to be their mother. You should take, and they want you to be a mother that's just endlessly, they want you to be willing to go without food so they can eat. Something that only a mother would do. So you go without energy, you go without dignity, you go without self-respect, resources, currency, you go without any level of hierarchy and respect for yourself so that they may shine. So that they may live. You know what I mean? I have no spiritual nourishment so that you may live. I will sacrifice my identity so that you can feel full. Because remember, a narcissistic masculine, a karmic masculine has no identity. His identity is only made based on how much obedience he can get out of a divine feminine. If she will worship him and not God or herself, then he has an identity now. He's your boss. That's his identity. He's your controller. Okay, so he's now your boss. These people are lost and confused. And they got demonic entities telling them strange things. And these demons always want an angelic woman to be their mama. Sit down and think about this. If you think I'm lying, just sit with yourself in the tub or something and really consider what I just said to you. It's the absolute truth. They want a selfless mother figure. It's giving very much Rosemary's Baby. Like they want some woman to mother these demonic spirits, a woman of purity and a woman of self-respect. They want you to solidify their demonic behavior by telling them as a mom that it's okay. It's okay that you're like this. I'm going to fight for you to be a good person. I'm going to fight for you to be a good guy. No, don't worry. We'll call the lady, babe. No, we'll call the counselor. I'm not calling no counselor for you. I mean, you're the one with the problem. But this is what they expect and want. They want a mother. They want a divine. They want holy mother. They want to switch places with Jesus is what they want to do. Girl, that's what they want. They want to switch places with Jesus. They want to be the divine child with their demonic selves. They want to be the divine child and have the divine mother. So y'all listen. That's what they want. It always comes down to spiritual systems at the end of the day. It really does. And everything is a system in this earth. Like people have to peep that. There's always systems at play, and systems run the way they run. Divine systems are so intact. Y'all, that's the reason We see the planets, the moon, the stars, they never fall out the sky. That's because the system is intact like that. Nothing's going to fall out of the sky, baby. The system is on fleek. So with that being said, these are systems as well. These demonic entities that want to trade places with savior energy and be able to be with the divine mother. That's what we're supposed to be. Mother Mary to demonic children. No, it's okay. I'll just forget it. I'll just be beat up. It's okay. That's what they want. You can take advantage of me emotionally. I know you don't really mean it. Woo, woo, woo. This is what they want. And you have to make sure you don't allow yourself to fall in proximity to that. Because it's a trick. It's a trick of the enemy. It really is. It's a trick of the enemy. It is what it is. Y'all, it's wild out here. That's all I got for you. It's wild out here. The way these things go, spiritually speaking, folks wouldn't believe it. Oh, you wouldn't believe it? Baby, Satan be all on me. Girl, be trying to pull game. Trying to run games, girl. You got to be in your spiritual warfare all the time. In your spiritual warfare all the time. And to much is given, much is required. Y'all, let's see what's going on with this man. Girl. See what's going on with this man, girl. This divine masculine girl. Because that other man, girl, he just can't take it. But them chariots is about to pull you up out of his... He's going to be out of... You're going to be out of his reach very soon. You're going to be out of his reach very soon, girl. Don't even worry about that. Girl, he finna just be outside the window tapping there looking in. Girl, this King of Cups energy is over this divine masculine that's coming towards you in the future. As you ascend and move to this next level, you're going to start seeing wealthier men. And these men are not even going to be just wealthy in regards to money. These men are also going to be wealthy in regards to heart, to emotions, to sensitivity, to their ability to notice things, right? Their ability to notice things. King of Cups energy, their ability to kind of notice and intuit, feminine energy, things like that. They're going to be in position to do that and bring that to the table. They may literally be higher in Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy, water sign energy. We do have King of Cups here, but these are masculines that just have more love to give. The spirit realm, when somebody is attracting money, aka they're attracting abundance, abundance is in flow. Flow is feminine energy, y'all, as we know, right? This is somebody that understands the flow. So this man has a better relationship with feminine energy than a lot of, because this is a man of wealth. This isn't a man that's like a crook or nothing. This is a divine masculine energy, and he's a man of wealth. He's a man of means. So he has a better relationship with divine feminine energy than many might. Okay, many masculines might. He is also the marrying kind. Okay, he is the type that will come through and pop the question. He's the type that feels like you and him fit together like a puzzle piece. So you start attracting masculine energies that are more in tune with who they are. More in tune with the feminine, more in tune with what they can bring to the table, more in tune with currency, what currency really means. And by currency, y'all, I'm just speaking about, I told y'all, wealth and abundance in general. The Alchemist. You yourself, sis, you have a lot of alchemist energy about yourself. This is why you have a lot of abundance. It was no accident that you suddenly started to level up into this new energy. It was no accident that the Most High began to level you up into upper echelon, high society baddie energy, as I call it. It was no mistake that happened. The reason that happened is because of the way you were aligning yourself spiritually. You had put yourself in a certain position spiritually where it was easy for you for the Most High. Listen, you manifested it. You manifested your level up. Let's just say it in the simplest terms. You manifested your level up. It was easy for you to level up. You manifested it. You brought it to the table with ease. Okay. We see spell love. Somebody manifested this through your words. You were able to kind of enchant your environment through your words, through your faith, through your belief in self. You were able to manifest this to your life with ease. Okay. You were able to manifest this to your life. You are a major manifester. Please understand and believe when you come into contact with this divine masculine energy that is in more of an upscale situation. He's coming to this situation with an upscale way of being. Your ability to manifest at this high of a level, you've been able to manifest. Somebody has manifested themselves literally, y'all, from rags to riches. You have manifested yourself from rags to riches. Wheel of Fortune, you have manifested yourself into a whole new destiny space on sheer will, sheer belief, sheer prayer, sheer spiritual energy. Somebody has been able to pray themselves into the next phase of their life. You prayed yourself into alignment with the next realm. That's why you raptured up, you ascended up in this last ascension cycle. It is because you aligned yourself to that. Somebody had been working for a very long time. Six of Pentacles energy. This was about spiritual reciprocity for you, is the reason that you leveled up. Spiritual reciprocity, y'all. You leveled up because it just was nothing else that could happen. You had given so much faith, given so much energy, done so much to level yourself up that ultimately you leveled up in the physical realm. Again, it always starts in the astral, and you ultimately leveled up even in the spirit realm. Knight of Wands in the reverse. This moment of leveling up that you manifested, this is the reason in the moment that the people around you started to slow down. Literally, sis, this is deep from a spiritual standpoint, so follow me. When you leveled up and you like blew yourself out of the dimension that you was in with some of these folks and this food that was sitting back hoping you was going to be on sale one day, your level up, these people were so dependent on you. You literally were amplifying the energy of the people around you. You were the God force in the room. So you were amplifying the shine of everybody around you. When you took your shine out of the room, when you leveled up, when you went into different realms and spaces, the people around you literally started to decline. Like they started to slow down in their life. That's why they're looking for you. That's why people are upset. They want to know where you are. They want to know what's going on, because literally these people are falling apart. These people are falling apart. Where are you? What's going on? Their lives have slowed down. Their vitality has slowed down. This Knight of Wands in reverse, their vitality is slowing down. Their ability to manifest things has slowed down. Their ability to get ahead has slowed down. So they're looking for you. What's going on? What are you doing? And I want you to really like pray for protection and covering, because when this happens, the people that are around when this happens, they take your leveling up personally. They take your leveling up personally. Because when you level up, it leaves them in a bad situation. Good morning. It leaves them in a bad situation. So they're taking it personally. There are people that are going to start acting resentful and hostile towards you, and you're not going to know why. You're going to be like, what's the problem? The problem is that you took the glory with you when you left, sis. Now what they supposed to do? They just sitting around and they boring little lives with nothing going on. They mad. What you mean? What you mean? What happened? Why y'all mad? Other than mad, what can they be? They're going to be mad, and they're in balance without you. They're not in balance without you. Two of Pentacles energy. Four of Wands in reverse. Somebody in particular is going to be upset with you because you're not going to end up being their wife. Somebody was banking on you being their wife, like a backup wife. Like, I know I could always marry Felicia. Or girl, you know. I know, okay, you know, once I'm done playing, I'm going to marry. No, you're not. Five of Swords. You peeped game on them a long time ago. You start realizing this person was out to betray you. This person was not in your corner for real. This dude was somebody you couldn't even trust like that. This dude was gossiping and carrying on. You been peeped it on him. Like, you was never going to be that to him. You was never going to be that to him. But you know, people tell themselves things. But you was never going to be that to him. But this person been thinking all the time, like, you know, once I'm ready. This is why you got a gaggle of people, girl, that are still sitting back surveying you. They still sitting back watching you. They're watching you. It's surveillance energy time. Okay, they looking like, what's going on with her? Yeah, because you're no longer somebody they can access in their force field. You now have access to masculines that have wealth, that can actually contribute to your life in a positive way. That are people that are able to come into your life and add something and bring something to the table. Five of Swords comes through in the reverse. They're able to come through. They're able to add something to the table. See, Five of Swords in reverse, these are people that are able to come into sanctuary energy with you. Let me tell you something about this sanctuary energy. For some of y'all, your sanctuary is your home or your office, or it could just be the way you run your mind, right? There were people that you noticed they could not be comfortable in your sanctuary. Be that your mind, your heart, your home. These people couldn't be comfortable in that with you. They weren't able to be comfortable in that energy with you. So with that being said, these are people that 333, yes ma'am, these are people that are hurt and afflicted and confused and upset as they're seeing you move on with your life, as they're seeing you move forward in your life and your time. But the thing about it is they can only watch. They can only watch and be confused based on what's going on. These people don't really have the ability to be in anything at a higher level with you. They just don't. They just don't. Three of Swords energy. You got a lot, and the Hermit, baby. You got a lot of people in heartbreak energy and the Hermit. These people are heartbreak energy, but they were never going to be able to come into your home. They were never going to be able to be with you in peace. These were people that, I'm telling you, you may have even been people that, like, whenever you really were in your place of peace in your mind or peace in your home, if they tried to come in your home, you were not having any real peace in your home or your life with these people in there. You just weren't. It just wasn't possible. Y'all don't forget to like the video. If you new, please do go ahead and subscribe. Girl. Please go ahead and subscribe. But girl, these people, these energies, they weren't able to be comfortable with you whenever you were in your sanctuary or your home. They weren't able to be comfortable with you, or you couldn't go to sleep around them. And they could feel it. They knew it. They weren't able to be in that peace with you. They didn't have it. They didn't have it. Five of Swords in the reverse, like I said, so they couldn't come in with you. They couldn't come into that chapel energy because there is a place in your heart or your house where you're able to go in and you're really able to access the Most High and just access peace. You're able to access peace. You're able to get good sleep. You're able to lay in the covers and get a good night's sleep. You're able to be in there and be in your aromatherapy, whatever you got going on, and really enjoy your sleep. These people aren't able to do that. The Magician comes through in the reverse. Their tricks were not working on you. And these people ended up feeling lost. They ended up feeling confused. It really wasn't nowhere they could get to with you. They weren't really able to maintain when it comes to you like that. You had too much going on for them to really be able to get anywhere with you. Festive season. So we got Valentine's Day around the corner. Anytime I've ever seen festive season in a reading, I'm telling y'all, the next holiday, these people try to crawl up out of the corners of the wall cracks and carrying on. They take that as their moment. This is when they try to pop back out. They say, oh, hey, you know what I'm saying? I said it's Valentine's Day. Yeah. This is when they try to take their moment. The next big holiday, this person is liable to try to take their moment. They try to call back, or they try to just say, hey, you know, I thought about you, or I got some chocolates. It's going to be something cheap and cheesy, baby. You're not accepting chocolates from men no more. That's passe. That's not enough to get him back in the door. What? I got some Ferrero Rocher. And then what happened? Okay, Queen of Pentacles, you're in a whole new energy when the Queen of Pentacles comes through the building. We pulled the Queen of Pentacles for you earlier, sis. Let me tell you something about this Queen of Pentacles, sis. Let me tell you about her. Baby, they about to try to drag her. When you get to that place where you're like, I'm not taking that, I don't do that anymore, and rightfully so, because you've leveled up, you've done the work spiritually and physically to level up. So you're not cutting up. You're not wrong. You've earned your position in a different realm. You've earned it. Well, when these people see you and they see what you've earned, they're not going to give you that respect. They're going to start saying you think you're too much. They're going to say, oh, she focused on money now. She thinks she's too much. I tried to buy her this and that cheap piece of bull that she didn't even want. And she didn't even want it. Like, she was too good. She ought to be glad somebody buying her anything. They're going to try to vilify. Let me tell you what people will do. Spiritually speaking, they will try to pathologize your level up. I want y'all to be prepared for it. They will try to pathologize your level up. So instead of them saying she's worked really hard and she herself no longer purchases a particular item, so I guess she doesn't really use that anymore. She doesn't use that type of lotion anymore. So I guess because she's worked and now she buys this, that, and the other. So I guess that she doesn't want that anymore. No, they're going to say she's going crazy. She's out of her mind. She won't even use baby oil no more. Who does she think she is? She doesn't even want to use a particular type of lotion. They would try to pathologize. She's going crazy. She's psychotic. She thinks she Oprah. She thinks she's Suzanne Summers, girl. You know, whoever they have to come up with, because they don't want to admit that you have leveled up, which for them it just means that you've left them behind. They can no longer afford the things that it takes to be around somebody of your caliber. They don't want to admit that. They don't want to admit that. So they start trying to pathologize your change, right? You're losing weight. You got an eating disorder. You're losing your mind. You're over there. You're only eating vegetables. I remember when she used to eat ribs with hot dogs on it. And now she's sitting over there eating vegetables all day. She done lost her mind. She not even being herself. I remember when she was eating a pancake wrapped up in a donut, laying under a piece of fried chicken early in the morning, drinking Ciroc. Now she's sitting over there acting like all she drink is alkaline water. She done went crazy. We need to go over there and do an intervention. She don't know who she is no more. Who she supposed to be? Taylor Swift? Now they're over there, they're cutting up. That's what they try to do. They would try to pathologize you because they want to get you back on discount. They want you on discount. They want you back on the get one, buy one, get one free rack. So they have to try to pathologize your change. And the goal is to get you to believe it. If they can get you to believe it. That's not you. That's not you. You don't dress like that. That's not how you are. It's how I am if I say that's how I am. What you talking about? But if they can get you to believe it, them earrings, that's too expensive for you. That's not you. You're more of a department store, basic department store girl. Who told you that? So be careful of that. These people would try to lie and set up a scenario that leaves you in a situation where they want you to question your level up. Oh, this ain't for me. I'm not really a red bottoms girl. Who said that? So be careful of that. That's a word curse that people will try to use. They try to make you think it makes sense. Mirrored feelings. These people will try to make you think this makes sense, the way they talking to you, the way they're acting. They will try to play that role like, oh, it makes sense. It is what it is. You don't like, we agree. We both, I want you to be so careful of the we both. We not the type of girls that, y'all, I remember many, many years ago, a friend of mine got really upset and distanced herself from a friend of hers because the friend of hers had a bad reputation for, she had just been with all the guys they knew. And so she says to my friend, she says, well, girl, you know how it is. We some hoes. And my friend was like, what? Like she straight threw her in the mix with it. Like, this how we are. My friend was like, I don't live like that. Like, what are you talking about? But just in her trying to bring the friend down in frequency and bring herself up a little bit in frequency so it wouldn't seem so bad that she was out here like she was out here, she tried to tell my friend, like, girl, we some hoes. My friend was mortified, okay? She was like, I can't believe she tried. She just threw her in the bucket like, you know how we do it. Be careful of that because these people will try to get you to match their frequency so they can hold you back. They try to talk you out of it. What I say was sweet talk. They'll try to say it nice. Like, oh, we both, like, we working girls, we don't be buying expensive items like that. We don't buy that type of thing. We some working girls. We work. We don't have that kind of money to spend on an item. We don't have that to drop. Why are you talking? Be careful of that. These are things that are to come. You have a lot of love coming towards you, though. Love overflowing. But I want you to get this and keep this in mind. The love that you have coming towards you is not on the frequency that you were previously on. It's not. Don't make that mistake. Don't think any of those people calling you back that are trying to sweet talk you and all of that and trying to act like they want to repair the friendship. They're acting like they want to repair the love relationship. They want to repair the working partnership. They want to repair. Don't listen to them. It's about new people, new beginnings, new opportunities for you now. It's not about going back. It's not about going back and revisiting those people. It's just not. That lane is over. Don't let those people try to recalibrate who you are and try to tell you that we're we. Don't let them get caught up in that because that's not who you are. That's not who you are. You have a lot of love coming towards you on your actual tier. People that are your actual peers, people that you actually match frequency with, people that you actually feel, people that are abundant, people that understand financial currency, people that understand how to kind of just draw certain energies to them through positive action, positive thoughts, prayer, positive affirmations, and faith. Those are your peers. Those are your peers. King of Pentacles. Another person that you want to look out for is a potential male business partner, somebody that understands money. He may be a male business partner more in respect to the fact that he understands money. And he can just teach you about money. It may not be about a business deal together, but he's a business partner in that he teaches you how to get to your bag better. I want to make sure that you understand to like give this type of a person time. Give them time because they will have something to offer you. It's valuable. This is somebody in this, again, these upper echelon spaces. This is a space where you can be leveled up. You can learn more about money. You can get turned on to a potential opportunity. King of Pentacles could be high in Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn energy. Remember, Pentacles, y'all, is all about security. It's all about security. It's all about value. It's all about assets. It's all about building. It's all about growth. It's all about creating foundations and safety through wealth and money. Think old money energy. Think old money bank energy. Think understanding when to fall back and when to run forward. Understanding why, if you should trade. Understanding what kind of degree may be the best degree for you to get. Understanding how to really step into the soft life economy. Find you someone to really help you understand soft life economy moves as well. Just understanding that we as feminine energies, we don't have to hustle hard like dogs to make money. We can make our money and live a comfortable and abundant life. And this is another reason I want you to be prepared for the haters, because they hate that. Feminine energy is not celebrated or hated, y'all, especially by karmic feminists, because they don't have it. So when you're pretty and you speak well and you're soft and you're feminine and you keep some standards and self-respect about yourself, and you're able to make money without going out here humiliating yourself or working like a dog or working like a man, they don't care for that. Just FYI. This is all the stuff we all got to be looking out for and prepared for. Also be prepared for people that start feminines, karmic feminines that start comparing themselves to you when you didn't ask. That's wishful thinking. They wish they was on your level. And I don't even say that to be arrogant. It's just about wishing they were on your level and trying to speak as though they are. Don't let them get into that with you. Many of these people are in a daze, baby. A lot of these folks be psychotic. They be caught up in these lies, these narcissistic delusions. Y'all, narcissistic people are often very delusional. Okay, and we saw that narcissistic energy in this reading prior for the people that just got here. Narcissistic people that, don't forget to like the video and subscribe, y'all, if you just got here, and good morning. Okay, narcissistic people are always extremely delusional, and you will find that they're usually speaking to you from a perspective where they don't have a clue what's real and what's really going on. If you tell them back the reality of who they are, I promise you, y'all try this out. If y'all think I'm just up in here talking trash, try this out. If you simply repeat a narcissist's reality back to them as you see it, they're going to be shocked. I'm so serious. Y'all think I'm playing games. Let a narcissist just tell you, like, you know you want to be with me. You know you want me. Just be like, but why would I want you? You know, your business just went up in smoke. You don't really have any friends. You're mean. You're cruel. You just came in here just a moment ago and insulted me. In fact, you're talking down to me right now. I don't want friends like that. Who would want a friend like that? You're not a friendly person. I don't want to be your friend. They're going to be shocked. They don't see themselves like that. They sat right in your face and disrespected the hell out of you. And if you just point out, why would I want to be friends with you? You're disrespectful. You just came in my house and walked rainwater across my floor with your snow boots on. That was disrespectful. They're going to get a shot. They're going to be shocked. They don't see themselves as the type of person that walks rainwater through people's house disrespectful, talks down to women, tells people, you know, not, yeah. They don't see themselves that way. They see themselves as like a really, you know, that's whatever they got in their mind, some type of continental gentleman or something. So when you come through and you like, well, why would I want to be with you? You're not a nice person. And here's why. Here are the receipts. And they're going to be in shock. Bring them back to reality. Lay out them receipts. Like, no. I don't want to be in a relationship with you. You're a horrible person. You did this, you did this, you did that. You just said this 3 minutes ago. That was offensive. You did this and that. Remember how you treated your brother when we was downtown last week? Like, this is going to be my last conversation with you, as a matter of fact. You're an awful person. They're going to be looking at you like, who the hell is she talking about? I'm a great person. That's how they are. That's how they are. They're delusional. And you have to really know that to be in proximity to them. You have to understand just how delusional they are. They don't know. They don't have a clue what's going on for real. 5 of Wands. They're locked in these internal battles and carrying on. 5 of Wands energy. They're locked in internal battles. They don't really understand things for real. They pretend they're understanding things for real. So don't let them come to your life and create spiritual battles for you because they're living in a delusion. These people will start arguments with you, or they'll start to talk down on you. I'm telling you about this masculine. He wants to get your energy at a discounted rate. If given the opportunity around Valentine's Day or whenever, he'll start trying to talk down to you from a slanted reality to try to get you to buy into it. He needs you to join in the delusion with him. He needs you to share in that delusion with him that he's great and he's grand, and you need him because you can't make it in the world. Your growth, 10-10 growth, y'all. And then we have the 5 of Wands. I just need you to be prepared because your growth came via a hard climb, so it was not easily won. I need you to just keep in mind that you're going to have to really pray over yourself. You're going to have to do your protection work because your growth is literally going to trigger spiritual warfare in a lot of these people because they saw your hard climb. They saw how hard it was for you to level up. But guess what? You leveled up anyway. Yeah, you grew anyway. So a lot of these people that thought your climb was so hard that you was never going to be able to make it. It's too hard. She'll never make it. It's too hard. She'll never make it. Those people that thought that, they mad. This is where the spiritual warfare, the battle is coming in. And baby, they mad. They hurt, upset and hurt. Because it's giving very much rose that grew from concrete energy, girl. Shout out to Tupac. Rest in peace to Tupac Shakur. It's giving very much rose that grew from concrete energy, girl. They didn't see it for you. It looked too hard. Some people had counted you out a long time ago. Oh, she ain't gonna be able to do that. She ain't got it. She ain't popping like that. She ain't gonna be able to do it. Some of these people had counted you out a long time ago. Counted you out. They didn't think you could get over that wall. They didn't think you had it to give. Yeah, you had it to give, and then you had the favor of God. You got right up over that wall. It was nothing. So when they see you over that wall, thriving in the upper echelons, hanging around wealthy people, getting acknowledged by people that have star energy, being in distant star energy where they can't even touch you, being surrounded by wealthy men that are willing to offer you knowledge to help you build your business, that are willing to offer you money to help you build your business, that are willing to date you by sitting down, making the proper financial arrangements and agreements to be in your company because they actually respect time, they respect money, they understand energetic and financial currency. So they're willing to sit down with you to have the real conversations because they understand what a real conversation is. Do y'all know how many people out here that don't even understand what a real conversation is? That's why I said, for y'all that missed it earlier, that's why I said, don't be afraid to get you a social calendar. Don't be afraid to start setting up Google invites. Okay, or whatever y'all Apple. Shout out to y'all, I guess, y'all little Applers over whoever got a little Apple woo-wop. Don't be afraid to start setting up invites for your time in your social calendar, because a lot of people don't even know what a real conversation is, and they will use a conversation as a spiritual tool to demean, confuse, freeze, and undo the spiritual ascension of the divine. I'm so serious. I am so serious right now. I am so serious right now. They will take a conversation, baby, and break it down. It don't even have no conversation. You ain't lying. And they try to hold you on the phone with that conversation pause. And this is going to be, believe me, these things are going to be covered down the line. Maybe not here today, but they are going to be covered down the line. Conversation, baby. Do you know how big a deal conversation is? Collective. Do y'all know how big a deal conversation is? That is one of the greatest spiritual tools you can find. And you can get your whole life revolutionized by a conversation. A conversation, somebody can give you some information and change your life forever. And you have these karmics, they will sit there. You know what they do with conversation? Useless, worthless conversation? They drain you. And they eat up your time. You know what you could have been doing with that time? You could have been studying. You could have been cleaning up something. You could have been praying. You could have been making some money, thinking of how to make some money, or figuring out how you was going to get on point, or being a boss, or being a mother or father, whatever it was, divine. But instead of you doing that, baby, let notion know. Better let it go. Get the ocean of the conversation flowing through the notion. Okay? Let them know. You're not going to sit up and take up my day. Because when somebody eats up your day with a dead frequency, because a dead conversation is a dead frequency. It is. And you know why people like talking to you, divine? Because your frequency is alive. And if the other person talking to you ain't got no live frequency, then they shouldn't be talking to you. They're speaking death into your life. They might not necessarily be saying nothing negative. I'm not saying they're sitting on the other end of the phone saying creepy things. I'm saying that they're saying nothing. Their conversation is not alive. Conversation's supposed to be alive. It's supposed to do some work. It's supposed to bring some joy. It's supposed to bring some currency. It's supposed to level you up. It's supposed to help you. It could be helping you through healing. It was healing to talk to us, whatever, but it's supposed to give something. And if people dead in their soul, they ain't got nothing to give. And they calling you because they're bored, because their spirit is ill. Boredom, divine energies don't get bored. There's always something the Most High can put on you to do. Maybe do something for someone else, do something for yourself, do something for the community. Get some rest, find some peace. But you got people that don't know that, because their soul is in misalignment. So they want to get on that phone. Hey, girl. Girl, yeah, girl. I was there. Girl, I just made me some greens. Girl, put some nice smoked turkey in there. Sure did. What you doing? Oh, okay. Girl, I didn't even know, girl. I didn't even know that, girl, you listening to that new edition, girl. Get out of here. Okay, wow. Girl, I said I was going to get me a new dress. Girl, why did you call me? You calling me, you ain't talking about nothing. You just want to hang on the phone. You ain't got nothing to do. Your mind is idle. Your spirit is weak. Your light doesn't shine. And you want to call somebody up and just talk about, hey, that's why you have to protect your time. Time is the most valuable currency that we have in the earth realm. You only get so much of it, all of us. Protect your time. Reclaim. Come on, shout out to Sister Maxine. Girl, reclaim your time. Take advantage of AI. Take advantage of apps. I'm big on them. Let them do some of this work. Talk to the calendar. You want to call me? I only have a 30-minute block, accept it or not. Because you're not going to just sit on the phone and go on and tell me about how you cooked the kids some cornbread. Now, I don't care about that. I don't care about the broccoli casserole. What did you call me for? How is this going to enrich me? And don't just call me up and trauma dump. Everything's wrong. And then you expect me to sit there and mother you back into, girl, as divines, we have so much to give. And there's so many other great people out there with so much to give. And those are the people that we should be in community with. Other people that are of a certain caliber. Other people that are of a certain caliber. Because these people that don't have nothing going on, be very careful of conversation. Listen to what people are talking to you about. Where is it taking you spiritually? Because we are always vibrating. Don't make me bring out the hermetics. We are always vibrating either this way or that way. So this conversation, now which way is this taking me? Am I getting better? Am I getting better after this conversation? Or am I going to hang up the phone and I'm going to be like trying to remember my mission in life? Like, wait, what was I working on? What's my projects? What I have to do? Who I got to call? Oh man, I forgot to call today. Yeah, because I'm sitting up here listening to you talk stupid. Gotta guard conversation. Another reason you got to really guard your conversation is because our conversation in the collective is divine, and you have to put value on that. Everybody doesn't get it. Everybody does not get that. Everybody does not get access to divine conversation from us. They just don't. That's just the way that it goes. That's what's fair. That's the way that it is. You put that currency on yourself. and say, hey, everybody is not going to get an opportunity to sit up and talk to me. That's just on period. That's not what we do. This is not the community center. And I just sit around and give out all of whatever I have to give as a divine feminine to the community. Don't do that, girl. Don't let them do you like that, because they know that what you have to give is solid, and they know it's something you can't find everywhere. So don't let them sit there and do you like that. Ten of Swords energy. At this particular point, you just have to, and this is why I have to keep reiterating, don't go backwards, because you have to get to the point where you realize that they're just people that are just not going to be happy with the direction of your life at this time. They're just going to be people that are not happy with that. They're not going to be happy with the way that they have been written out of the story. They have been written out of the conversation. And they're going to really take it hard. Ten of Swords, mentally, they're going to take it hard. These were people that thought they were going to be able to be seen in your life as righteous. See, Ten of Swords takes us through the whole Ten of Swords, the whole Swords experience. So we see a lot when we see this Ten of Swords here. These are people that thought that you were going to look at them as being righteous. Okay, that's Ace of Swords energy. They thought that they were going to be able to rule you and lord over you. That's that King of Swords energy. They thought that they were going to be able to be the people to rule over you. But remember, you are ruling over yourself. You are your own female pharaoh energy. You are your own king energy. If there are divine masculines in the room, you are your own king. You're lording over your own kingdom or your own queendom. So you no longer have space for some other fool to slide on in there and make themselves the center of gravity in your life. The opportunity for that no longer exists. So this person lost out that way. Okay, we see the Queen of Swords coming behind that. This person also lost out with being able to be in position to kind of be the person that creates a reflection of who you are. Somebody wanted to be able to be the person that you looked to for validation. It was very important to them to be the person that you looked to for validation. They wanted to be that person. They wanted you to look to them for validation. They wanted you to be, do you think I should? Do you think I should? They really wanted to be in that space with you. That's not an option for them. We come down the line to the Knight of Swords. When this person realized that they weren't going to be able to have that position with you, to be this advisor in your life, this person may have begun to throw tantrums. You may have experienced this with them privately, or you may have not known. But this person was very upset when they started to realize there was no option for them. There was no office for them to be a ruler or a kingship or principality over your life. This person didn't take that well, because remember, they were watching you move up into the upper echelon. They were watching you level up. They were watching you get better and better. And with that being said, they wanted to control that. They didn't want you to get beyond their reach. That's why they up in here today. This person is hoping that a discount pops up for you. They didn't want you to get beyond their reach. They didn't want you to go further out into the stratosphere. They just did not want that. So with that being said, they wanted you to be in a position where it was going to be easy for them to kind of get over on you. It was going to be easy for them to rule you. It was going to be easy for them to become your point of validation. And when that didn't happen, they did not take that well. That's just period. They did not take that well. They did not feel that. They did not, that didn't enrich them that you enriched yourself. This person may have had a bit of a tantrum privately in regards to that Knight of Swords energy. Okay, we got the Two of Swords energy. This person reached whether you know it or not, this person started to reach a lot of deadlocks when it came to you, because they started to realize who you were. They started to realize that there was a change. This person may have been trying to communicate to you or manipulate you certain ideas along the line. You may not realize looking back, this person had consistently been trying to intercept your ascension. If they can manipulate you into thinking something else, be that as it may, this person was consistently trying to manipulate your ascension. That's just on gang. That's what they were doing. They were in this trying to kind of create a crossroads for you, like where you would want to come back their way, but they were not successful in doing that. So this person reached a crossroads with you. Thank you so much for that. This person reached a crossroads with you where they were not really able to to get the things from you that they wanted to get. They weren't able to get that reaction from you that they were looking for. So this person went into broken heart energy, Three of Swords energy, and they began to experience kind of a divorce from you before you even realized. If this person became aware that you were moving into a different direction, they started to become aware of that relatively quickly. Before you realized, if this person started to become aware that you were spiritually moving into another dimension, you might not have noticed that it was noticeable, but it was certainly noticeable to them that you were moving away. And this person started to experience heartbreak energy as it relates to you. That's why there's resentment now. That's why there's irritation now. That's why they're upset now. Thank you so much, sis. That's why they're upset now for the gift. Shout out to you. Wear my crowning, okay? That's why they were kind of going through some different challenges and hurts and pains when it came to you, and heartbreak. Even before you knew, because they knew that you were starting to level up, maybe even before you really saw it happening in the physical realm. They didn't really peep it yet, okay? Moving down the pipeline to that Four of Swords energy. Y'all, this person, they went through a thing of knowing that they didn't know how they were going to, they couldn't get any action out of you. They didn't know how they were going to disturb you. Somebody started to go into a place of peace. This was one of the first things they noticed. There was a place of peace that kind of came into the situation for this person. They started to experience and look at you and see that you were peaceful all the time. They weren't really able to do anything about that. They weren't able to disrupt your peace. They weren't able to disrupt your sanctuary. So what did this person start to do? We go to the Five of Swords. This is where they became disruptive. They might have started being more competitive with you. The conversation might have got weird. You might have started to feel like they were negging you. You might have started to feel like they were putting you down. You might have started to feel like the respect or love or appreciation that once was, girl, it just wasn't no more. There were some changes. And this is where you started to wake up and consider putting distance between y'all. Six of Swords energy. This is where you start to think, you know what? I don't know about this. This is something's weird. I don't really know what weird is, but somebody might have gotten into their distant star bag. Like I said, getting into that distant star energy. Y'all don't forget to like the live. Don't forget to subscribe if you are new. Okay, we welcome you. Good morning. Okay, do not be afraid to subscribe. Okay, but this may be the point in the story where you start to realize it was time to get in your distant star energy. You started to take some of your heat and some of your warmth, and you started to move back. You started to move on, move back, kind of say, I don't know about this. I don't know if this is the right thing to do. This is starting to get weird. This relationship really isn't what it used to be. And so I want you to understand this is the point in the story where this person started to get maybe a little more insidious. You might have started to notice passive aggression. Seven of Swords energy. They start to get more strategic, more passive aggressive. Girl, thank you so much for the gift. More passive aggressive. They might have started to fall back. They start to get weird. You just started to notice them being in that Seven of Swords energy. This person was they were getting sneaky. They were getting weird. They were starting to be very strategic with how they moved with you. But this was something that you didn't really know what was going on. Again, you just started to say, you know what, let me go ahead and like slightly, lightly fall back, because I'm just not sure where this is coming from. This is a relationship, y'all. Whoever this masculine was that was sitting back waiting for your discount moment, okay? This was a situation where this had been moving in the direction that it was moving in for a long time. It was a very slow and steady wins the race. I hate to say wins the race. Slow and steady loses the race type of situation. This relationship had been slowly changing. The fabric of it had been slowly changing, slowly eroding. You were slowly seeing shifts in this person's personality, but that's because this person was slowly feeling the weight of God on your life. They were slowly starting to see the favor on you. They were slowly starting to realize they had no influence with you anymore. You didn't care what they had to say about anything anymore. You weren't listening to them anymore. They was trying to play head games with you, and you weren't available for none of those head games no more. So this person, y'all, they tried to get tactical on you. They tried to start being strategic, moving a certain way. Seven of Swords energy, y'all. Trying to move a certain way to put you in a certain state of mind. That was not working. Eight of Swords is where we see the relationship kind of start to break. This masculine got the cold shoulder from you at this point. This is the point where you stopped answering the phone, or you stopped being available, or you just blocked him altogether. You fell back. This was the point in the story where you went on and fell back, okay? is around that Eight of Swords. This, what you falling back, what you did was you bound this man's energy. He was no longer able to reach you. He was no longer able to really move forward with you. He was no longer able to influence or manipulate you. He was no longer able to from you that he may have wanted at one particular time. He was no longer able to have those moments with you. Everything started to change. There was a lot of shifts and a lot of difference at that time in that moment. That Eight of Swords moment for you, like I said, it kind of acted like a bind or a hex. It was kind of a moment that let him know, oh my gosh, she's not psychically as reachable as she once was. She's not mentally as reachable as what she once was. He had to go ahead and accept that. And we get to the Nine of Swords, girl. We get to the Nine of Swords right behind that. And what the Nine of Swords tells us is, when you bound this man, when you stop being as available, when you stop being as responsive, when you start becoming more into yourself, you started kind of falling back into your own internal peace. When that happened, girl, when that moment happened, girl, that's the moment that this man fell into the Nine of Swords. And with the Nine of Swords, what we see is misery. You might not have realized he didn't take it well. However, y'all, distanced yourself from each other, or the relationship started to run cold or whatever. Girl, what you did not realize was that in that moment, this caused this man a great deal of emotional or spiritual distress. And what we're talking about when we say the Nine of Swords, we're talking about sadness. We're talking about grief. We're talking about irritation. We're talking about nightmares. We're talking about what we saw here a million times, surveillance, right? I'm stressed out about the direction that this woman is taking away from me, where she's now out of my realm of reach. I can't really get to her anymore. So I'm waking up at 3 a.m., jumping on Facebook for a minute to see if she's been on, or I'm looking at my phone at 2 a.m. like, yo, did she text? Did she text? Has she text me? Or I'm checking my email to see if she's still on the email list. Or this is becoming something that Nine of Swords creates a situation where all of a sudden this person is experiencing stress. They're experiencing fear. They're experiencing irritation as it relates to what they're experiencing with you. It no longer was easy. By the time y'all got that far down in the collapse of y'all's dynamic, this man was now starting to have kind of mental, emotional, spiritual fallout as it relates to what y'all had going on. And then we arrive at the Ten of Swords, which is where we started. With the Ten of Swords, we know, I told y'all, the Ten of Swords means we took a trip through all the swords. That's why I ran y'all through that. The Ten of Swords, this lets you know for 100% sure, at some point, he experiences total heartbreak and collapse behind this, because he's had to accept, he's had to face, he's had to realize that his moment of being whoever it was he thought he was to you is over. He's come to realize that the dynamic, maybe what he considered the golden age of y'all's relationship, y'all, whatever y'all had, he's had to really face that is no longer going to be accepted. You're no longer that person. That realm for y'all no longer exists. That space for y'all no longer exists. There is no more space in this for him to be who he once was to you. It is over. It is done. The relationship has changed. The dynamics have changed. You have changed. Spiritually, you have changed. And you are now set and geared and aimed in the direction to be somebody that is courted by men of a much higher caliber. And like I said, it's going to come a point where everybody's going to have to come in contact with this or face it. Everybody in your life, because like I said earlier, there's a certain debutante ball energy that's coming over your life at this time, y'all. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna cut my little heater on my feet. Y'all let me know if that's bothering y'all. But at this point, it's come to a place where that debutante moment for you is upon. There is not gonna be any more recollection, conversation, or anything like that that's gonna go on. It becomes a situation where you're about to be premiered. Like I said, with a debutante, you're going to be premiered. You're going to be shown to the upper echelons of society. And nobody's going to be able to do anything about that. Nobody's going to be able to do anything about that. When you're presented into your next spiritual function, when you're presented into the next realm of your journey, And by presented, I mean that it becomes public record in a way that nobody can deny. Everybody is seeing you now in the new realm of your life. They're seeing you in the new clothes, girl. They're seeing you giving the new energy, girl. Everybody's seeing it. Everybody's seeing it. And they can't deny it. If any divine masculines in the room, baby, you're going to have your moment. You're going to get presented. Everybody's going to have to accept that you are in the role. You are in the moment. There's no turning back. There's going to be no, oh, well, you know, she's not like that anymore. He's not like, y'all can quit talking about it, girl. Because we in a new, I'm on a new level. Used to be sleeping on itchy bed. What was it? What else happened after that? See, head time on a motel. Give me head. None of that. Something. I don't know what. I don't know what ASAP Ferg was. Was that ASAP Ferg? I don't know what he was doing on there, but he was doing his thing, and everything had changed, and he was on a new level. He's on a whole new level. Okay, and the girls, girl, they was just gonna have to recognize that man was on a new level, and this is where you are. You have leveled up. We also pull temperance, baby. Some of the best elements of your life are to come. Some of your best traits, your best features, your best gifts, the things that God gave you, your best gifts, you are about to really see them get illuminated in the next phase of your life. This is where you're about to start seeing the work. All the work that you've done on yourself, you're about to now see that work come into the next phase. Girl, don't nobody want no jealous man, girl. Don't nobody want no jealous man. And this is somebody that was going through so many emotional challenges and changes as it relates to you. Okay? When you move forward, one of the things that you're going to be aware of, wow, pause. Queen of Cups, Four of Wands in reverse. One of the primary things you're going to be aware of, for those that was here from the beginning of the reading, one of the primary things you're going to be aware of this time around, sis, watch this. One of the primary things you're going to be aware of this time around, you are not going to allow yourself to get in any romantic situations with anyone that wants you to be their mother. This is going to be something that you are so clear on this time around. Baby, you're going to be like, I will never let myself get in no mess like that again. Y'all, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, okay? If you're in here in the live, girl. If you're new, subscribe, okay? If you're just in here chilling, okay, go ahead and hit a thumbs up for me one time, girl. Gift if you would like, girl, a little change, a little coin, okay? You will never get involved with somebody again that expects you to be their mother, that wants endless emotional labor. That wants endless emotional labor from you without them really giving you the same in return or having anything to give you. But the beautiful thing about that is, though you have learned that lesson, you have also leveled up. And the type of masculines that you deal with now, these are masculines that are able to take care of themselves. They're not little broke down mommy's boys. Okay? They're able to take care of themselves. They're not looking for a woman to define them. Okay, that era is over, y'all. Let me grab a little bit of this alkaline water, girl. I go hard, girl. We get the big alkaline water. They're not going to be able to do that. Girl, they're not going to be able to accept the reality that you are no longer going to be available for the type of mess that they do. You'll never be available for that again. You have leveled up in every way, shape, or form. Free will, I heard that. And you're not going to be available for the type of games, okay, that these fools want to play at this particular time. We see the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles energy comes through the building, okay? In this new season of your life, sis, you really understand your value more than you've ever understood your value before. You understand what you have to offer. You understand your own currency in every way. You're not somebody that could be as easily swayed, because you understand now what you're worth. You understand now what you have to give. You're so high up in terms of your value. And it's so demonic and funny that this will be the time that someone in your life starts to think to themselves, oh, this is the time I'm going to stand around and wait for her value to lower. right? This is what they're thinking at this particular time, when the truth of the matter is, this is the time that you're more aware of your value than you've ever been, right? But to them, it's like, oh, this is a great time for me to try to devalue or bring her down. It's not an option. It's not an option. Okay, again, we see this death card frequency. It is a death for you in your life to the version of you that was not aware of how valuable your divine feminine energy is. It is total death to that period of your life. You will never be in that space again. You will never be in that space again. For what? For what? You've outgrown that space in your life through and through. So these people never have to be concerned at any point again in your life of you falling into these types of patterns with them. Six of Swords comes through in the reverse. Beware of people that try to get, I mean, they really gonna try to get you to come back, girl. It's over. It's over. The phase is over. Knight of Cups. One thing too, another thing that's gonna really differentiate this phase in your life is you understand now too, one of the prerequisites for you moving forward when it comes to dealing with the masculine, you're gonna always be looking for masculines that are, they gotta be sweet. They gotta have boyfriend energy. They come in as gentlemen. They come in saying, I want you to feel good about yourself. They come in putting good vibes into you. They come in with kindness, with an offering. They come in cool personalities. Knight of Cups energies, that is truly the boyfriend energy. That is coming in on the white horse. That is being a masculine that is comfortable with feminine energy. He is comfortable with divine feminine energy. He is not somebody that is jealous of feminine energy. He's not trying to be all off up in the soft guy movement, girl. You know they call themselves getting a soft guy movement over there, girl. He's not all caught up in that. He's not trying to be a soft guy. He's coming in to be chivalrous. I told y'all that at the beginning of the year, what I saw coming in is like you have more gentleman energies coming in the building. Not just divine masculine, but gentlemanly energies that have more of a sense of how to treat the feminine. Y'all have to understand, for a lot of things in the collective, a lot of things in the collective they've become sickening, right? There's been an oversaturation of certain things, of certain toxic behaviors that are going to cause a positive blowback where people are going to say, you know, I don't even want to, I'm sick of that. I'm sick of that. People have become fatigued with certain toxic energies and they just don't want to be affiliated with it anymore. And it leaves room for positive changes. It leaves room for positivity. It leaves room for people to come back together and level up, especially as it relates to the divine collective. It's very, very significant. Very significant. Very significant. And you're in a space right now, Five of Wands comes to you once again, where they want to be in spiritual warfare with you. These people want to be upset with you. But baby, you are covered by the Most High God. I keep telling you. And all you finna experience, baby. Look at that Four of Swords. Look her up in the face. Okay? All you're about to experience is peace. I don't care who wants you to be at a discount. I don't care who's mad or who's upset. You're in a peaceful era of your life. You have been divinely exalted, and nobody can change that. You are moving into those upper echelons where you're going to be dealing with men of a higher caliber. And nobody's going to, financially, mentally, spiritually, nobody's going to be able to change these things. This masculine can be upset all he wants to. And he can wait for you to be on discount all he wants to. It ain't going to happen, Captain. Okay? If you have enjoyed this divine feminine tarot tea, girl, please go ahead, do like, do share, do subscribe, girl. If you are new, please do subscribe, girl. We be out here, girl. Come join the tea team. What's wrong with you? Or fellas, y'all men's, y'all are welcome over on the tea team. Yes, I do primarily talk to my girls, but we do know that tarot is genderless. So if you want to come through and be a part of the team, we welcome you, my guy. We welcome you, my divine guy. Okay? Also, if you, wait, what was it? Okay, what was it? If you have, girl, I got mixed up on my intro. my outro. If you have enjoyed this Divine Feminine Tarot Tea, girl, please go ahead, do like, do share, do subscribe. Do not be afraid to come to the building, girl. And when you do, please do hit that bell. Okay? Yes, we found the bell, y'all. So you can be here every single time. Me and the T team are off up in here, getting it in with all of these good old tarot messages, okay? Don't forget to hype me up. If you would like to check me out also on my other tarot station, where it is feminine princess vibes over there, princess treatment, princess vibes, all princess energy all the time, girl. Go over to Pretty Princess Promises and Prosperity Petitions. We're also going to be doing a membership over there where we're really going to be talking about and focusing on manifestation, okay? Because princess manifestation is going to be, that's what we have to be on over there. Also over here, y'all, do not be afraid to join the mauve reading room that I just added here, girl. Just a little 99-cent tea, girl. Go on and join the reading room, because we're going to be speaking about spiritual, we're going to be speaking about books, but what I want to focus on over there is like feminine authors, feminine film characters, but also, y'all, talking about the importance and the esoteric meaning of books. I want y'all to understand the importance of books, okay? Spiritually, from an esoteric perspective, spiritually, books are a huge deal. And reading is a huge deal from the perspective of anybody that's your spiritual person, your witchy person, whatever you are. Books are big. They're big in spirituality. I'm not just talking about to learn. I'm talking about the esoterics of changing and developing who you are and leveling up magically and spiritually, okay? So the esoterics of reading, feminine energy, authors and books, y'all. We were mentioning some really cool quotes and stuff over there. So go ahead, check it out. It's just a little 99-cent tea, but I would love to see y'all in there. I love a good, robust book club, girl. Okay, there's also a reading room, the manifestation reading room on the Princess channel. That one is $3.99. It's a little more just because we're doing the whole, really getting more into the manifestation, spiritual element of it. But y'all join one of the reading rooms, girl. I love a good book. Y'all know y'all love books. Girl, yeah, get in the reading room, girl. Get up in there. Get you some suggestions, Aqua Girl, Rising Girl. Okay. Also, if you are still in the building, put a little smooth 100, am I right? Is it 125? No, 100 and hold on. 125 minutes and 125.49, girl. He got it in today. Put a little 125.49 in the comment section, because it was exactly 125 minutes and 49 seconds when I said what I said, okay? Also, if you would like to, go make a little love offering to this channel, girl. dftarottea at Cash App or PayPal. And as always, hold on, because we here in the morning, y'all. So y'all have a blessed day. Y'all have an amazing day. Y'all say good morning. Y'all go out here and be a blessing and be the shine in the universe for all to see. Be a representation of God and the divine, and everywhere you go. Be a representation of Goddess everywhere you go. If you got to be a representation of dark Goddess, set it off there and be the wrath in the building everywhere you go today. Cover yourself, maintain your spiritual warfare. Let nobody come against your spirit in this earth for no reason at all. Let nobody speak ill of you. Let nobody challenge your power, your courage, your identity, or your station. Do your big one everywhere you go today. I don't care if you're just going to get a cup of coffee from McDonald's. And as always, I will catch y'all in the next one.